Hi, my name is Shirley Gutkowski. I'm a dental hygienist and I'm talking to you today from my home office. And I wanted to spend a little time today talking to you about this oral systemic link that everybody seems to be talking about all of a sudden. Well, let me tell you, I graduated from my program in 1986 and I was fully aware that the mouth was connected to the rest of the body. The difference today is that medicine is finding out that the mouth is connected to the rest of the body, and that there's something that needs to happen because of that. So it's still a really long road. It's really hard to get into these conversations for a lot of different reasons, which I don't really want to get into because it's really kind of political and I really only have a couple of minutes. So how does this work is what I wanted to talk to you today about. How it works is, if you have bacteria in your mouth, and you do, and you're not really effective at removing it, and you're probably not, that bacteria has two different consequences on the rest of the body. One is when they start building a biofilm, and that biofilm starts causing the soft tissue to become irritated. So down around the tooth, in the pocket of the tooth, the irritation starts to build, not from mechanical irritation. I don't want you to get the wrong impression. This is not happening because there's some mechanical something. It's all chemical. The bacteria that live in harmony in that biofilm create a huge number of chemicals. And those chemicals do a huge number of things. The most important thing for this discussion is that they start the body to respond to their existence. And the body starts cranking out other chemistry in order to thwart this biofilm. And it doesn't work. The biofilm is protected by a sticky, slimy kind of a mass, and that sticky, slimy mass is very protective and doesn't allow antibodies, antibiotics, and a lot of other chemistry into that biofilm. So it's real important that that biofilm get removed, which is one of the really good reasons that you need to see a dental hygienist really regularly, and for some people that regularly is 3 months or even less. So that's one way. You have this cascade of inflammatory responses that occur that sets up all of these inflammatory kind of conditions in the body, including things like cardiovascular disease, which is probably the biggest one. The next thing that can happen and does happen is that bacteria can get into your bloodstream, and that is called a bacteremia. You can get a bacteremia from doing everything from brushing your teeth to flossing to eating if your gums aren't healthy. Healthy gums make it very difficult for bacteria to get into the bloodstream, so it's real important for the health of your mouth to be increased to the best possible so that you're not allowing all of this bacteria straight into the bloodstream. What happens once it gets into the bloodstream is really varied. Everything from nothing to landing in certain areas and setting up its own biofilm there and starting an infection there, which contributes then to this inflammatory cascade, which I already talked about. So those are two really, I don't know if you want to call them important, but they're two different ways that the oral bacteria manifest. Oh God, that's a big word. I hate that word. There's two ways that the oral bacteria show up in diseases in the rest of the body, and those are the two ways. One, the inflammatory response, and two, the bacteria landing in different locations throughout your body and setting up an infection there, and that also contributes to an inflammatory response. So there you go. You kind of know. And if you'd like to know more, or if you'd like to have me come speak to your group, let me know. My name is Shirley Gutkowski, Gutkowski. You can find me just about anywhere on the internet, and I'm happy to speak to you if you need anything. So talk to you soon.